stirring your sugar, but you aren't drinking. I can hear the gears of the sorry you're thinking. You've got that look like you're miles away, scouting the exit, rehearsing the play. The ceiling is heavy, the table is wide, and there's nowhere for me and my terrors to hide. Your mouth is a line, your knuckles are white. You're gathering bread to extinguish the light. Keep your eyes on the floor, keep your hands on the wood. Don't move to the part where we're gone for good. If the air stays still, then the storm can't break, and I'm not ready for the heart you're about to take. So don't say it yet, let the lie linger on. Give me 5 more minutes before you were gone. Keep the words in your throat, let them burn, let them make. Don't give me the ending I know we have to make. Once the air hits the sound, there's no taking it back. The world turns to gray and the sky turns to black. I'm a house made of glass and you're holding the stone. Please leave me in pieces, but don't leave me alone. Don't say it yet. I'm talking too fast about nothing at all, building a barrier, a desperate wall. I'll tell you a joke, I'll ask about work, I'll ignore the shadows that under your eyelids lurk. Because I love you is still hanging there on the wall, but the bud is a shadow that's starting to crawl. You're leaning forward, your eyes getting soft, and the blade of the goodbye is hanging aloft. I see the goodbye forming in your iris. It's a silent terminal, beautiful virus. It's on the tip of your tongue, it's in the tilt of your head. It's the heaviest thing that has ever been said. Just swallow the truth, just choke on the pride. Stay here in the wreckage and let's just hide, please. Not yet, don't say it yet. Let the lie linger on. Give me 5 more minutes before you are gone. Keep the words in your throat, let them burn, let them make. Don't give me the ending I know we have to make. Once the air hits the sound, there's no taking it back. The world turns to gray and the sky turns to black. I'm a house made of glass and you're holding the stone. Please leave me in pieces, but don't leave me alone. Don't say it yet. You're parting your lips, the first syllable starts. I'm parting my eyes to the sound of 2 hearts breaking. It's 3 sizes too big and the wool is starting to fray. But it's been my second skin since the day you went away. I used to bury my face in the collar's heavy knit to find the ghost of the cedar and the smoke that used to sit in the fibers and the threads like a secret kept in stasis. It was the only map I had to all our familiar places. But I pulled it on this morning as the rain began to pour, and I realized I couldn't find you in the wool anymore. I'm inhaling until it hurts, I'm searching every stitch for the faint familiar scent that used to make my fingers twitch. But it's just detergent now, it's just the smell of the shelf. It's the terrifying sin of a room that's only myself. I'm wearing your old sweater, but the soul has leaked out, and I'm left with the fabric of a shadow and a doubt. The perfume of the past has been carried off by the breeze, and I'm shivering in the cotton, I'm shaking at the knees. It used to be a hug, now it's just a heavy weight. The final silent closing of a long neglected gate. Yeah, the threads still here, but the memory is thin. I'm wearing your old sweater, but I can't find your skin. There's a coffee stain on the cup from a Sunday in July. A little brown constellation under kitchen sky. I touch the jagged mark and I try to hear the laugh, but it's just a faded relic in a blurred out photograph. I haven't watched it once, I was scared to lose the trace, but time is a laundromat that erases every face. The air is finally won, the molecules are fled, and I'm just wearing the clothes of a love that's gone to bed. Is this the final goodbye? When the scent starts to die, when I can't smell your hair on the pillow where I lie. It's just wool, it's just sheep's hair, and it's just a ghost waving a silent goodbye. I'm wearing your sweater, but the soul has leaked out, and I'm left with the fabric of a shadow and a doubt. The perfume of the past has been carried off by the breeze, and I'm shivering in the car and I'm shaking at the knees. It used to be a hug, now it's just a heavy weight, the final silent closing of a long neglected gate. Yeah, the threads are still here, but the memory is thin. I'm wearing your old sweater, but I can't find your skin. I think it's time to take it off. I think it's time to let it be. It's just a sweater now, and it's just me. The sun is a ghost on the hardwood floor, tracing the path to the front of the door. I've been sitting so still, I've been holding my place, trying to keep the exact same look on my face. But the wood in the walls is starting to groan, and the marrow is shifting inside of my bone. I swore I would stay in the wake of the wreck, but I feel the leash loosening around my neck. The rust is falling from the iron gate. The world is tired of watching me wait. The gravity's changing the poles as a threat, and the future is coming to collect on the dead. And it's ticking, ticking, steady and slow, the sound of the river beginning to flow. I'm digging my heels in the mud of the past, but the current is heavy and the current is fast. Every forever is losing its grip as the anchor begins its inevitable slip. I don't want the healing, I don't want the light, but the clock is just ticking me out of the night. I look at your picture and the edges are soft. The weight of your memory is lifting aloft. I try to get angry, I try to stay sore, but I can't find the keys to that house anymore. It's a quiet betrayal, a cellular change. The way that the missing starts feeling so strange. It's not that I'm happy, it's not that I'm fine, it's just that the calendar's crossing the line. Tick, there goes the smell of your skin. Tick, there goes the way we begin. Tick, I'm losing the us to the them. I'm reaching for thorns, but I'm holding the stem. I'm sorry, I'm starting to breathe again. And it's ticking, ticking, steady and slow, the sound of the river beginning to flow. I'm is heavy and the current is fast. Every forever is losing its grip as the anchor begins its inevitable slip. I don't want the healing, I don't want the light, but the clock is just ticking me out of the night. Ticking to the thing I fear most. Moving on. Moving on. Moving. I saw you through the window of a crowded downtown train, a flicker of a jacket through the blurring of the rain. We were moving south together at the exact same steady pace. I could almost reach the glass, I could almost touch your face. Just 3 feet of gravel and a wall of rusted steel, separating everything we're not allowed to feel. We're heading for the terminal, we're heading for the end. 2 points upon a compass that will never learn to bend. The tracks are laid in iron, the path is set in stone, a geometry of sorrow that we travel all alone. No matter how we hurry, no matter how we try, the distance stays the same under the charcoal colored sky. 'Cause we're just parallel lines, running side by side, with a river of never that's 1,000 miles wide. So close I can see trapped on the silver of a one-way track. No intersection, no tangled design, just a beautiful curse of a parallel line. I remember when we used to be a messy tangled knot, before we found the logic in the things that we forgot. Now we're straightened out and polished, we're efficient and we're clean, with a cold measured vacuum sitting in the space between. I know your morning coffee, I know your favorite book, I know the hidden meaning in a single heavy look. But knowledge isn't contact and memory isn't touch, and knowing you too well is what's hurting me so much. If the earth would only tremble, if the ground would only shake, if the engineers were human, if the iron would only break, we could collide in the middle, we could crash in the dark, we could burn in the beauty of a terminal spark. But the rails are too strong, and the journey is too long. 'Cause we're just parallel lines, running side by side, with a river of never that's 1,000 miles wide. So close I can see how you're breathing the air, but I'm here in the heat. were touching, but never touching, and then fading to the sound of a train receding into the night. The kitchen light is a fluorescent blade, cutting through the plans that we never made. I'm standing in my socks on the linoleum floor, reading the back of a bottle from the grocery store. 2 for the nerves, 1 for the sleep, a chemical promise I'm trying to keep. The label says take with a full glass of water, as if hydration could stop the internal slaughter. The toast is burned, but I chew it anyway. I'm a machine going through the motions of a day. Check the pulse, check the time, check the lock on the door. I don't know who this body is for anymore. It's just vitamins and heartbreak, a clinical routine, trying to keep the engine running, trying to stay clean. A milligram of hope in a sea of distress, cleaning up the kitchen while my life is a mess. The science of surviving is a cold hard pill. If the grief doesn't kill me, the maintenance will. Yeah, it's vitamins and heartbreak, morning and night, just trying to keep the ghost of you out of the light. I bought the brand that promised total relief, but there isn't a capsule for this kind of grief. I'm tracking my steps and I'm drinking my greens like a character acting in a medical scene. The bed is too tidy, the laundry is done. I'm winning the war, but I've already won a prize that I hate. A room with a view of a life that's efficient but empty of you. For the energy, I don't wanna use magnesium for the sleep I'm destined to lose. Vitamin D for the sun, I won't see, yeah, nothing at all for the you and the me. I'm chemically balanced, I'm physically fine, but I'm losing my mind on a perfect straight line. It's just vitamins and heartbreak, a clinical routine, trying to keep the engine running, trying to stay clean. A milligram of hope in a sea of distress, cleaning up the kitchen while my life is a mess. The science of surviving is a cold hard pill. If the grief doesn't kill me, the maintenance will. Yeah, it's vitamins and heartbreak, morning and night, just trying to keep the ghost of you out of the light. Set the bottle, swallow the in the childproof cab. The sun is hitting the kitchen floor in a long low slant through the open door. Your hands are resting on the back of my neck. Before the crash, before the wreck, I can feel your breath. A summer heat while the world outside retreats down the street. This is the moment the gold turns to glue, and I'm terrified of losing a version of you that still wants to stay. If I could freeze the oxygen in the room and stop the flowers before they bloom, if I could harden the light where we stand and keep your heart beating against my hand. I wanna trap this kiss in amber, golden and deep, a secret the centuries are allowed to keep, suspended in resin, a beautiful crime, held forever outside of the reach of time. Let the world go dark, let the oceans dry, let the stars burn out in the hollow sky, but we'll stay perfect, we'll stay golden, a drop of honey that'll never grow cold. just a tiny life caught in the sap, falling into a beautiful trap. 6 legs, 2 wings, and a final beat, caught in a syrup that's heavy and sweet. I wanna be the ghost inside the stone, never moving but never alone. They'll find us a million years from today, 2 lovers who never learned how to walk away. It's up to our knees, it's sealing the windows, it's drowning the trees. It's thick and it's heavy, and it's clear as a tear. Finally, nothing can reach us in here. I wanna trap this kiss in amber, golden and deep, a secret the centuries are allowed to keep, suspended in resin, a beautiful crime of forever outside of the reach of time. Let the world go dark, let the oceans dry, let the stars burn out in the hollow sky. But we'll stay perfect, we'll stay gold in a drop of honey that'll never grow cold. Encased in the yellow, preserved in the glow. The world keeps on moving, but we'll never know. We'll never know. The window says it's snowing, the sky is bruised and blue, but the air in here is August, and the air in here is you. The headlines say it's winter, there's a new year on the rise, but I'm still standing in the kitchen with that look inside your eyes. I see the dead leaves blowing, I see the frost begin to crawl, but there's a phantom summer sun still hanging on the wall. They tell me months have vanished, that the seasons had their turn, but I'm still standing in the heat of the bridge we had to burn. The world is moving forward, a train I didn't catch, while I'm still sitting in the dark with a single unstruck match. The digits on my phone say it's a Tuesday in July, but every clock is screaming out a different kind of lie. Oh, the calendar is a liar, the paper's full of holes. It's a map of a country that's missing both our souls. It says I've survived 100 days alone, but I'm still on the Monday when your heart turned into stone. Tuesday never happened, and Wednesday is a ghost. I'm anchored to the minute that I miss you the most. Yeah, the ink is dry and certain, but the truth is on fire. The seasons are a trick and the calendar is a liar. I should've changed the oil, I should've paid the rent, I should be somewhere else by now where all the others went. But I'm wearing the same sweater, I'm drinking from your glass, watching the people on the sidewalk as they hurry down and pass. They're wearing coats and scarves, now they're chasing after time, while I'm committed to the memory of a static golden crime. The dust is getting thicker, the light is getting thin, but it's still the day you left me, the day the world gave in. Rip the pages off the wall, watch the numbers start to fall. October is a fiction, November is a war. You can tell me it's tomorrow when I haven't left today. You can The paper's full of holes. It's a map of a country that's missing both our souls. It says I've survived 100 days alone, but I'm still on the Monday when your heart turned into stone. Tuesday never happened, and Wednesday is a ghost. I'm anchored to the minute that I miss you the most. Yeah, the ink is dry and certain, but the truth is on fire. The seasons are a trick and the calendar is a liar. Check the date, it's still the day. Check that it is still right here. You're still right here. The clock on the wall has a heartbeat now, ticking through the dust in the empty space. I reached for your shoulder in the heavy dark, but I only found a cold where you kept your place. The air in here is heavy, like it's holding its breath, waiting for a door to swing or a floorboard to groan. But the silence is a scream that never quite ends when you're learning how to be this alone. And it's 3:14 a.m. and the room is full of static. A ghost in the signal, a love turns cinematic. I'm reaching for the dial, trying to find your frequency, but it's just white noise where your voice used to be. Yeah, the quiet is a roar and the bed is a sea, and I'm drowning in the static of me. There's a hollow imprint on the left-hand side, a memory of weight that I can't unfeel. The closet is half empty like a missing tooth, a jagged little gap that refuses to heal. I used to hate the way you breathe in your sleep. Now I give my soul just to hear the sound, but the radiator hisses like a funeral hymn, and the walls are closing in on the common ground. Snow on the screen of an old TV, that's all that's left of the us and me. No colors, no pictures, just gray on gray, waiting for a light to wash the ghosts away. But the sun is a lifetime of minutes away, and the static is all that stayed. It's 3:14 a.m. and the room is full of static. A ghost in the signal, a love turns cinematic. I'm reaching for the dial, trying to find your frequency, but it's just white noise where your voice used to be. Yeah, the quiet is a roar and the bed is a sea, and I'm drowning in the static of you. Still nothing but the hum, just the hum. The battery is at 5%, but I'm spending the night where the signal went. I'm scrolling back through a year of hate to the Tuesday in March where I let it stay. I press the icon, I hold it close to the part of my ear that misses you most. The digital hiss is a holy veil between the living world and the one that failed. Hey, it's me, I'm running Words so small they should have no weight, but in the hollow of this bedroom air, it's the only proof that you were ever there. It's just your voice on a safe call, floating in the wire, a drop of cool water in a midnight fire. You're asking about dinner, you're laughing at a cat, and I'm trapped in a loop of a this and a that. It's a 3-second haunting, a ghost in the hand, a message from a shore where I'm no longer planned. Yeah, I'm talking to the silence after the beat, listening to a promise that you couldn't keep. You've cleared your inbox too, if you deleted the me that belonged to you. Are my I love yous in a digital grave, or am I a file that you decided to save? I play it again just to hear how you breathe, the way that your rest used to linger and read. It's a cool kind of magic, a trick of the light to have you so loud in the middle of the night. Press 1 to replay, press 2 to erase. I'll never hit 2, I can't lose the trace. I'll keep you in the silicone, I'll keep you in the chip, I'll keep the way the words used to roll off your lip. Even if it kills me, even if it's wrong, I'm not ready for the silence to be this long. It's just your voice on a safe call, floating in the wire, a drop of cool water in a midnight fire. You're asking about dinner, you're laughing at a cat, and I'm trapped in a loop over this and a that. It's a 3-second haunting, a ghost in the head, a message from a shore where I'm no longer planned. Yeah, I'm talking to the silence after the beat, listening to a promise that you couldn't keep. End of messages. Just one thought. I was saving up like pennies in a jar, waiting for a special night or a distant falling star. I kept them under my tongue, behind a wall of maybe later, filing every sentiment away like a silent clerk or coder. I thought the right time was a place that we'd eventually reach, a perfect sunset moment on a wide and quiet beach. But the calendar ran out of ink, the clock ran out of chime, and I'm standing here with a fortune I didn't spend in time. The air is full of vowels that I never let escape, the shape of every darling and every please don't break. They're heavy in my throat, now a mountain made of lead, the ghost of every sentence that I should have let be said. And now there's 1,000 I love yous left unsaid in the room, gathering the cobwebs and the shadows and the gloom. I held them back for safety, I held them back for pride. Now I'm drowning in the words I was trying to hide. I'm screaming to the rafters, I'm crying to the floor, but the I love yous are useless if they can't reach the door. Yeah, the silence is a ledger, and the debt is far too high. 1,000 I love yous that arrived too late to die. I wanted to say it when you were laughing at the rain, I wanted to say it when you were sleeping through the pain, but I thought it was a given, I thought it was the air. I thought that you could feel it just by seeing that I was there. What a fool foolish kind of banking, what a wasted kind of trust to think that gold could wait forever without turning into dust. Now the house is a museum of the things I meant to tell, a library of stories that I never learned to spell. I'm whispering onto your pillow, I'm whispering them to your coat, I'm writing them on the window, but the glass can't keep us afloat. I love you, I love you, I love you. The words are finally free, but there's no one left to hear them except for me. And now there's 1,000 I left unsaid in the room, gathering the cobwebs and the shadows and the gloom. I held them back for safety, I held them back for pride. Now I'm drowning in the words I was trying to hide. I'm screaming to the rafters, I'm crying to the floor, but the I love yous are useless if they can't reach the door. Yeah, the silence is a ledger, and the debt is far too high. 1,000 I love yous that arrive too late to die. 1,000 ways to say you were mine. That echoes into a long fading river. The television's flickering, a ghost of silver light, casting long distorted shadows on this artificial night. I'm watching people kiss on a screen in Times Square, while I'm breathing in the nothing of the you who isn't there. The ice in my glass is a chorus of cracks, a soundtrack for the minutes that I can't take back. The world is getting ready to turn over a page, but I'm a bird that's grown too fond of the bars upon my cage. They're shouting out the numbers, 10 down to 1, like they're racing to the finish, like the battle has been won. But for me it's just a ceiling, it's just another floor, it's just a higher number on a closed and locked door. And it's New Year's Eve without you, and the clock is a thief, stealing the only year that knew the shape of our grief. I don't want a happy, I don't want a new, I just want the old days, I just want the you. The confetti is falling like colorful rain, but it can't hide the winter, it can't hide the stain. Yeah, the world is moving on and it's shouting adieu, but I'm stuck in the midnight of a New Year's Eve without you. I should be making promises, I should be making plans, but I'm just staring at the empty where I used to hold your hands. A fresh start is a threat when you're not finished with the past, when the anchor that you're dragging is the only thing to last. If I step across the threshold, if I leave this year behind, does the version of us fade out, does the memory go blind? I'm terrified of January, of the clean and empty white, where your name isn't written in the frost of the night. 3, I'm not ready. 2, don't let it go. A sudden heavy silence followed by the sound of a single party horn blowing a flat, sad note. Happy New Year to a house that feels like a tomb. And it's New Year's Eve without you, and the clock is a thief, stealing the only year that knew the shape of our grief. I don't want a happy, I don't want a new, I just want the old days, I just want the you. The confetti is falling like colorful rain, but it can't hide the winter, it can't hide the stain. Yeah, the world is moving on and it's shouting at you, but I'm stuck in the midnight of a New Year's imagine that. The clock starts moving, a sudden sharp mechanical click, like a giant gear finally snapping into place. The piano from the previous songs returns. It plays a steady, unrelenting staccato that mimics a fast-moving second hand. I was safe as long as the world stayed still, as long as the dust sat thick on the sill. I had your voice locked tight in a vault, a perfect recording without any fault. But I tried to play it back in my mind tonight, under the hum of the cold kitchen light. And the middle was missing, the edges were frayed, a static-filled ghost of the music we played. I reached for the melody, I reached for the tone, but I'm standing in a silence I've never quite known. Was it a low rolling thunder? Was it high like a bird? I'm losing the music, I'm left with the word. The ink is still there, but the air has gone dry. And for the first time in years, the sun's in the sky and the clock starts moving. The gears begin to grind, shaving off the pieces of the us I left behind. I'm forgetting the laughter, I'm forgetting the sound of the only thing that kept me pinned to the ground. Stop the pendulum, break the mainspring. I'm not ready for the healing that the minutes bring. The blur is beginning, the colors are proving the time is a killer, and the clock starts moving. I remember the joke, but I can't hear the punchline. It's a silent movie in this heart of mine. Your face is a photo I've stared at too long, till the features are right, but the feeling is wrong. I'm terrified of the better, I'm scared of the well, because moving on is just a different kind of hell. If I don't hurt tomorrow, doesn't mean you aren't real. It's the end of the ache, the end of the deal. 10,000 minutes, a million heartbeats. Each one is a distance, each one is a retreat. I'm drifting, I'm floating, I'm losing the grip. I'm watching the memory start to lose its lip. I can't hear you anymore. And the clock starts moving, the gears begin to grind, shaving off the pieces of the us I left behind. I'm forgetting the laughter, I'm forgetting the sound of the only thing that kept me pinned to the ground. Stop the pendulum, break the mainspring. I'm not ready for the healing that the minutes bring. The blur is beginning, the colors are proving that time is a killer, and the clock starts moving. I'm ready, gone. I didn't mean to. Sound is gone.
The piano from the previous songs return, it's no longer slow. It plays a steady, unrelenting staccato rhythm, mimics a fast-moving second hand.
The mattress is a desert, 6 feet of linen sand. I'm reaching for a border, I'm looking for a hand, but the cotton's just a vacuum. It's a hollow white expanse, and I'm tangled in the shadow of a ghost broken dance. I stay on the edge, on the right-hand side, leaving space for a body, leaving space for the pride. But the fabric is flat, not a wrinkle, not a crease, just a cold, sterile silence that won't give me peace. I can still smell the cedar and the soap on the cloth, but it's fading away like the wings of a moth. I'm shivering under the weight of the air, in the kingdom of nothing, in the valley of there. And static in the sheets, it's a home in the thread. It's 1,000 miles of empty in a 5-foot bed. I'm turning and I'm tossing, but I'm only catching sparks from the friction of a memory burning in the dark. Yeah, the linen is electric and the pillow is a stone. There's a hum in the fibers of being alone. I'm sleeping in the signal of a love we couldn't keep. Just static in the sheets, and I can't get to sleep. The laundry day came and I washed out your sin. I scrubbed at the places where your body was bent. I thought it would help, thought the ghosts would depart, but I just bleached the color right out of my heart. Now it's too crisp and it's too clean and bright, like a fresh fallen snow in the dead of the night. And every time I move, I hear the snap and the pop of a current that's running and refuses to stop. Close my eyes and I can feel the weight, the phantom limb of a twisted fate. Is that your warmth, or just a fever dream? Is that your breath, or just a radiator steaming? It's just the friction, it's just the loss. And it's static in the sheets, it's a hum in the thread. It's 1,000 miles of empty in a 5-foot bed. I'm turning and I'm tossing, but I'm only catching sparks from the friction of a memory burning in the dark. Yeah, the linen is electric and the pillow is a stone. There's a hum in the fibers of being alone. I'm sleeping in the signal of a love we couldn't keep. Just static in the sheets, and I can't get to sleep. Just the hum. Wait for the morning, but it won't I looked in the mirror at the start of the week, at the hollows in the jaw and the lines in the cheek. I try to pull the corners of my mouth to the sky, but the muscles are heavy and the spirit is dry. It felt like a language I used to be fluent, like a dress from a season I'm no longer in. I practiced the shape, I rehearsed the design, but I couldn't remember the curve of the line. Was it showing the teeth? Was it crinkling the eyes? Was it something that happened without the disguise? I'm staring at a stranger with a ghost of a face, searching for a person that I can't quite replace. And I forgot how to smile, I forgot how it feels to believe in a world that isn't just wheels. The light doesn't reach where the shadows have grown. I'm a map of a city that's been overthrown. You took all the color, you took all the why. Now I'm just a witness under a gray sky. It's been such a long, such a bitter old while. I think I've forgotten how to smile. Somebody told a joke at the store today. I watched the people laugh as they went on their way. I felt like a statue, I felt like a stone, a cold piece of marble standing alone. I remember the way that you make my chest ache, with a look or a word that would cause me to break into 1,000 bright pieces of gold and of light. But the sun went away on that final dark night. face is a mask that's forgotten the mold. My heart is a story that's already told. If I try to be happy, would the skin start to tear? Is there anything left but the emptiness there? I'm reaching for a ghost of a version of me, and I forgot how to smile. I forgot how it feels to believe in a world that isn't just wheels. The light doesn't reach where the shadows have grown. I'm a map of a city that's been overthrown. You took all the color, you took all the why. Now I'm just a witness under a gray sky. It's been such a long, such a bitter old while. I think I've forgotten how to smile. The corners stay down. The light doesn't break. I'm just out of practice, out of practice. The windows are open, the vents are all clear. There's a surplus of oxygen inside of here. But I'm clawing on my collar, I'm tearing in my chest, trying to find the rhythm of a lung that's been compressed. The barometric pressure is a hand upon my throat. I'm sinking in the carpet like a little boat. There isn't any water, there isn't any tide, just a desert in my windpipe where the words have gone to hide. The fan is spinning circles, cutting shadows on the floor. I'm a fish upon the sand, staring at the ocean door. The sky is white and empty, the sun is bright and mean, and I'm choking on the nothingness that's sitting in between. And I'm drowning, and I'm drowning, I'm drowning in dry air. I'm gasping for a ghost in the middle of the room, where I miss you the most. My heart is a hammer, but the nails are all gone, and I'm shaking in the silence of a terrifying dawn. The world is full of breathing, but I can't find a spark. I'm an anchor in the daylight, I'm a vacuum in the dark. Yeah, the pressure's getting high, and there's no one there to share. I'm just dying on the carpet, drowning in dry air. I try to count to 10, try to focus on a spot, but the room is getting smaller and the light is getting hot. Every inhale is a struggle, every exhale is a moan. It turns out air is heavy when you're breathing it alone. I'm reaching for the phone, but the plastic is a weight. I'm reaching for the us, but I'm reaching far too late. The atmosphere is thickening, a super salt and gray, washing all the oxygen a million miles away. Lungs like paper, chest like stone. Everything is empty, everything is bone. I can't catch it, I can't hold it. The sky is made of iron and the universe is folding. Breathe in, breathe out, but the air doesn't know what I'm talking about. And I'm drowning in dry air. I'm gasping for a ghost in the middle of the room, where I miss you the most. My heart is a hammer, but the nails are all gone, and I'm shaking in the silence of a terrifying dawn. The world is full of breathing, but I can't find a spark. I'm an anchor in the daylight, I'm a vacuum in the dark. Yeah, the pressure's getting higher, and there's no one there to share. I'm just dying on the carpet, drowning in dry air. Fade through, still no air, still no sun. Shadows are painted on the bedroom wall, and for once the dust doesn't seem to fall. Your head's on my chest, I can feel the heat of a heart that's found a place to be sweet. If I move my arm, the spell might break. If I shift my weight, the floor might ache. The window is open, the curtains are still. I'm fighting the law of a stubborn will. The world is a thief that steals by the hour, turning the nectar back into the flower. But right here the air is thick like wine, and I'm pretending that you're still mine. So I'll hold my breath until my lungs turn blue, just to keep the oxygen away from you. If I don't exhale, then the wind can't blow, and if the wind doesn't blow, you can't ever go. Stay like a statue, stay like a stone, in this one little second where I'm not alone. Don't let the clock click, don't let the light fade. I'm living in the temple that this moment made. I can see a leaf falling outside the glass, a tiny warning of the time that must pass. I'm closing my eyes so I don't see the drift. I'm ignoring the way that the shadows shift. My muscles are cramping, my spirit is tight. I'm a silent soldier in a losing fight, because every heartbeat is a step toward the end, and I'm trying to break what I cannot bend. One Mississippi, keep it inside. Two Mississippi, and nowhere to hide. Three Mississippi, the pressure is high. Four Mississippi, I don't wanna cry, but the body is honest, even when the heart is a liar. And till my lungs turn blue, just to keep the oxygen away from you. If I don't exhale, then the wind can't blow, and if the wind doesn't blow, you can never go. Stay like a statue, stay like a stone, in this one little second where I'm not alone. Don't let the clock click, don't let the light fade. I'm living in the temple that this moment made. Just stay, don't move, I'm still holding it, I'm still. The second hand is a guillotine hovering over the things we mean. You're checking your code, I'm checking the door, trying to find 60 seconds more. The coffee is cold, but I'm sipping it slow, because once the cup is empty, you have to go. I'm memorizing the way the light is losing its grip on the edge of the night. Don't look at your phone, don't look at your keys. The air is already starting to freeze. I'm holding my breath like it's something I can keep before the distance gets too deep. I'm stalling the clock, I'm breaking the gears. I'm trying to drown out the sound of the years that are waiting to start the moment you leave. A life made of ghosts, I'm not ready to grieve. Just one more minute, let the pendulum swing. Let's stay in the safety that a shadow can bring. The world is in motion, but I'm making it stop. I'm dying right here on the very last drop. Your car is a hunter waiting outside, with its headlights open and its engine wide. We're sitting in silence, a heavy perfume of everything ending too fast and too soon. I wanna reach out and shatter the glass of the hourglass sand as it starts to pass. But the numbers are cruel and the spring is wound tight, and I'm losing the war to the morning light. Tick, that's the sound of your hand on the latch. Tick, that's the strike of a final match. Tick, that's the space where we used to be whole. Now the iron is entering into my soul. Wait, just stay for the echo. I'm stalling the clock, I'm breaking the gears, I'm trying to drown out the sound of the years that are waiting to start the moment you leave. A life made of ghosts, I'm not ready to grieve. Just one more minute, let the pendulum swing. Let's stay in the safety that a shadow can bring. The world is in motion, but I'm making it stop. I'm dying right here on the very last drop. The door clicks shut, the gears reset. The minute is over, but I haven't left yet. I'm staring at the circle on the kitchen wall, watching the silver sliver start to fall. It's dragging its weight across a numbered face, leaving a trail that the light can't erase. Every 60 seconds is a jagged cut, another door to the past being slammed and shut. I tried to grab the center, tried to throw the edge, but I'm just a witness on a narrow ledge. There's a stain on the carpet, a stain on the floor, where the hours are pulling by the bedroom door. It's not red like a wound, it's just empty and gray, the color of a life that is leaking away. The minute hand is bleeding and it's staining the day. It's cutting through the memories that I'm trying to stay. Each tick is a tear, each talk is a scar, moving me further from wherever you are. I'm trying to bandage the face of the clock, but the flow is too heavy for the gears to lock. Oh, time is a razor and it's swinging so low. The minute hand is bleeding and I can't make it slow. Promises turn into dust. I thought if I broke the glass I'd be safe, but the movement is a ghost, a relentless wave. It slices through the morning, it carves up the night, it bleeds out the color until everything's white. I'm holding my hands out to catch the remains, but there's nothing but iron and salt in my veins. So there goes the Sunday we spent in the parks, there goes the whisper we shared in the dark. It's hemorrhaging minutes, it's wasting the years, it's washing me out in a river of fear. Stop the bleeding, but it only stops when the heart stops too. The minute hand is bleeding and it's staining the day. It's cutting through the memories that I'm trying to stay. Each tick is a tear, each talk is a scar, moving me further from wherever you are. I'm trying to bandage the face of the clock, but the flow is too heavy for the gears to lock. Oh, time is a razor and it's swinging so low. The minute hand is bleeding and I can't make it slow. It's the dream the body remembers what the mind tries to forget, that the skin keeps a ledger of every sound that's said. I'm sitting on the sofa and I feel a sudden heat, the phantom weight of your ankles resting on my feet. I reach to adjust the blanket to cover up your knees, but my hand just passes through the winter and the freeze. It's been 3 years of Mondays, 1,000 days have gone, but the nerves are still firing in the hollow of the dawn. It's a twitch in the shoulder, a tingle in the palm, sudden jagged lightning in the middle of the calm. The doctors call it residual, a trick of the design, but I call it the evidence that you're still mine. It's just ghost pains aching in the space you used to be, a limb that's been severed but it's still a part of me. I can feel you in the hallway, I can feel you by the sink. I'm losing every battle in the time it takes to blink. The doctors say there's nothing there, the x-rays all come clean, but I'm hurting in the places that can never be seen. Yeah, the wound is long since closed, but the shadow remains. I'm just living with a ghost pains. I smelled your tobacco in the middle of the rain, a sharp smoking needle through the center of my brain. I turned to say bless you when I heard a phantom sneeze, only to find the curtains blowing in the breeze. It's a cruel kind of biology, a cellular regret, a heart that's still beating for a ghost it hasn't met. In the physical, in the tactile, in the world of bone and skin, but the ghost pains are the only way I let the memory in. Am I haunted or am I just broken by the weight of the words that were never quite spoken? The nerves are still screaming, the muscle is tight, I can feel your ghost breathing in the middle of the night. It hurts exactly where you used to touch me. It's just ghost pains aching in the space you used to be, all your life's been severed but it's still a part of me. I can feel you in the hallway, I can feel you by the sink. I'm losing every battle in the time it takes to blink. The doctors say there's nothing there, the x-rays all come clean, but I'm hurting in the places that can never be seen. Yeah, the wound is long since closed, but the shadow remains. I'm just living with a ghost pain. I'm exactly where you used to touch me. It's just ghost pains aching in the space you ghost pains. Aching the left side, burning the right. The memory of us has a hell of a bite. I can see the glass beginning to spider. The gap in the middle is getting much wider. We're buckled in tight, staring straight through the pain, watching the headlights and smelling the rain. There's no scream of tires, no sudden debris, just the weight of the gravity pulling in me. The wheel is a circle I can't seem to turn as we drift toward the bridge that we're destined to burn. The brakes are just plastic, the floorboards are ice. We've already paid the impossible price. I'm reaching for your hand, but my fingers are lead, while the warning light pulses a violent red. It's a slow motion crash, a beautiful wreck. I can feel the cold air against my neck. We're suspended in air between the was and the gone, in the quietest disaster that ever moved on. There's no way to swerve and there's no way to fly. We're just watching our lives say a silent goodbye. Yeah, the impact is coming. takes a sweet time. A slow motion crash at the end of the line. Playing a song we once knew, but the signal is breaking, and so are we too. I see the look in your eyes, the reflection of me. Two people drowning in a dry, empty sea. The dashboard is glowing, the world is a blur. I'm losing the memory of who we both were. It's inches, it's seconds, it's miles, it's years. All of it dissolving in a valley of gears. Everything is floating, the seatbelts are breaking. The airbag is waiting to swallow the light. It's a slow motion crash, a beautiful wreck. I can feel the cold iron against my neck. We're suspended in air between the was and the gone, in the quietest disaster that ever moved on. There's no way to swerve and there's no way to fly. We're just watching our lives say a silent goodbye. Yeah, the impact is coming, but it takes a sweet time. A slow motion crash at the end of the We're almost there, the bumper meets the wall. It's so quiet when you finally fall. Letting the gears tow, I started to dance in a sliver of sun that I gave a first chance. I haven't been fighting the hands on the wall. I didn't reach out when I felt the hour fall. The silence isn't heavy, it's just quiet and wide. I'm not quite sure whether we went to hide. I'm sitting here watching the shadows get long, and for the first time in years it doesn't feel wrong. The rust is all gone from the center point pin. I'm letting the outside come crawling back in. It's not a betrayal and it's not a defeat. It's just the sound of a heart finding a beat. And I'm letting the gears turn, I'm letting them spin. I'm opening up and I'm letting it in. The sorrow is staying, but the screaming is through. I'm learning to breathe in a world without you. It's tearful and shaking, it's jagged and slow, but I'm finally letting the pendulum go. Yeah, the clock is a river and I'm in the flow. I'm letting the gears turn and I'm letting us go. I still miss the way that you whispered my name, but the person who heard it isn't the same. She's a little bit older, she's a little bit scarred, she's a little bit tired of playing the guard. I'm putting the sweater back in the box, I'm turning the key in the heavy old locks. I'm not forgetting, I'm just moving house from the mountain of grief to the quiet of a mouse. The muted hand and turn, and I'm okay with it. The days are just days, the nights are just nights. I'm stepping out of the shadows and into the lights, and I'm letting the gears turn, I'm letting them spin. I'm opening up and I'm letting it in. The sorrow is staying, but the screaming is through. I'm learning to breathe in a world without you. It's tearful and shaking, it's jagged and slow, but I'm finally letting the pendulum go. Yeah, the clock is a river and I'm in the flow. I'm letting the gears turn and I'm letting us go. Tick, it's okay, talk. It's a new day, I'm still here, and you're still there. In the air, it's just air. Moonlight, the moon is a spotlight on a stage for one, and I'm terrified of the morning and the fire of the sun. Because the dawn is a witness, the dawn is a spy. It shows me the empty where you used to lie. But right now the shadows are kind and they're deep. The secrets the daylight isn't allowed to keep. The world is a blur of indigo and ink, and I'm safe in the places where I don't have to think. Blue light on the pillows, blue light on the floor. I'm bolting the windows and locking the door. If I can just trick the earth to stop spinning around, maybe the tomorrow will never be found. I want a midnight forever, a velvet ceiling sky, where the clocks all get tired and the minutes go dry. Let the stars stay frozen, let the moon never fall. I'd rather have the nothing than a nothing at all. No neon sunrises to burn through the haze, just this beautiful, lonely, eternal phase. Oh, keep the world sleeping, keep the stars in my hair. In a midnight forever, you're still almost there. The birds are all resting, the engines are still. The city is quiet against its own will. In this half light I can almost see your ghost, the version of you that I miss the most. But the sun is a hunter, a gold-plated blade, ready to slash through the peace I have made. It'll wake up the streets and the noise and the glue, and remind me that forever didn't include you. Don't wake up the birds, don't wake up the light, just leave me the mercy of a permanent night. Stay black, stay cold, stay still. If the sun never rises, it can't break my will. If the sun never rises, I can't lose you again. I want a midnight forever, a velvet ceiling sky, where the clocks all get tired and the minutes go dry.